If you are a creative or marketing professional and you're afraid that AI, artificial intelligence, is going to steal your job, watch this. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 5 steps to differentiate yourself in the market so that artificial intelligence cannot steal your job. The basis of this is founded on the book Think and Grow Rich. And as I was exploring this book, I came across the section called Imagination. And it outlines 2 forms of imagination. The first form is synthetic imagination. And I'm going to read this to you. Through this faculty, one may arrange old concepts, ideas, or plans into new combinations. This faculty creates nothing. This is essentially the type of imagination that most people use, but also what AI uses and what it does. It further reads, it merely works with the material of experience, education, and observation with which it is fed. So where you can differentiate yourself is by using creative imagination. And one may say that a genius uses creative imagination. And how people use creative imagination is that this faculty is tapping into the infinite mind of humankind. And because the human mind has direct communication with infinite intelligence, not artificial intelligence, infinite intelligence. It is the faculty through which hunches and inspiration are received. It is by this faculty that all basic or new ideas are developed. It is through this faculty that thought vibrations from the mind of others are received. So you may have come up with an idea at some point and then wondered how someone else came up with an idea. It's because ideas, big ideas, new ideas come from infinite intelligence, which we all share. And so we all have the capability to receive ideas to move us forward. There are many ways to tap into this infinite intelligence. Even Thomas Edison used to take what he coined Edison catnaps, where he would rock in the rocking chair and hold a rock over a bucket so that he would get to the point of almost sleeping, but not quite falling asleep. And before he would go into this catnap, he would pose a question to the infinite. And this is how he received his ideas to create the iridescent light bulb. And so I'm going to share with you a 5-step process to tap into your own infinite intelligence and receive ideas to create a career and a life that you absolutely love. If you have a pen and paper, you are ready. If not, take a moment and go ahead and get that. All right. So the first step to tapping into infinite intelligence is to create a vision. And what I mean is to simply ask yourself, what would I love in a particular part of your life? So for this situation, we're going to look at our career. What would I love? And give yourself some time and space to create a vision and create it very clear with detail. And keep asking yourself, what would I love? And you may notice as your imagination starts to create this vision for the career that you would love, your mind is going to want to get involved and start asking, well, how are you going to do that? You haven't done that before. And that's the logical part of your brain, which at times is very helpful. But for this particular exercise, you're going to want to think that part of your brain and just have it sit down. Because right now, we're not worrying about the how. We are giving ourselves permission and space to answer, what would I love? And I want you to write in present tense. And I want you to use the timeline of 3 years from now. So look at today's date and put it 3 years from now. And right at the top of the page, I am so happy and grateful now that, and write out in as much detail and present tense as if you are 3 years in the future and you're writing out your career as you would love it. And I'm giving you permission to dream big. Stretch what you are welcoming in. Stretch it to the point that you are feeling uncomfortable. Not so uncomfortable that your nervous system is starting to go out of whack and you're hearing alert, 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 but you want to stretch it enough that you're not quite sure how it is going to happen. All right, so that's the first step. The second step is to visit your vision every day, at least once a day. So depending on your schedule, you can visit this in the morning or you can visit it at night. I recommend visiting it at night because you're imprinting it on your mind before you go to bed. And that is helping your subconscious to receive your vision, which is very powerful. Now, if you are an early morning riser and you find yourself getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, that can also be a wonderful time to visit your vision. Because when you wake up early, your subconscious is also impressionable. And visiting your vision at this time is also very impactful. When you visit your vision, I recommend that you go into a quiet space where you're not going to be interrupted and read through your vision. And you want to make sure that your vision has feeling tone in it. And so outside of the clarity of the details of who you're talking to, what you're wearing, what the room that you're in looks like, the projects that you're working on, the type of company you're working for, or maybe your own company, the types of clients, the types of projects. Outside of all those details, I encourage you to also write the feeling tone. How are you feeling? Are you feeling proud? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling content? Because the truth is as we experience life, we see images and we experience feelings. And as we visit this vision, we want it to be real because our subconscious cannot differentiate between real and imaginative. And as you create this vision and you're leaning into it with the images that you've created with the details, and you're feeling it with the feeling tone that you imagine experiencing in this wonderful career, then your mind and your body are going to experience it as if it is real. The reason that this is important is because as you lean into this futuristic experience, but you're in the present moment, you are bringing that energy to the here and now. And that's very powerful because now is all we have. And as you're bringing the experience into the present moment, you are raising yourself up into that vibration. Albert Einstein said, "The problem cannot be resolved by the current state that we're in. The solution is always a vibration higher." And that is true with your vision as well. If you are looking to differentiate yourself in the marketplace, it's very important that you bring in new ideas from a better, more expansive version of yourself. And so as you lean in and you feel that vibration, ideas are going to start to come to you. And you can read your vision if you want to take it one step further. And this is a step that I've incorporated into my life and I just absolutely love it, is meditating through your vision. So once you read through your vision several times, you're going to memorize it. And then you'll be ready to take the next step, which is getting in a meditation format. You can either lay down in your bed, lay down on the couch, sit on the floor, sit on a chair, wherever you're most comfortable. Close your eyes and walk yourself through your vision. And I recommend step number 3, writing down the ideas that come to you. So whether you are reading your vision or you're meditating, because you're entering this new vibration, you are going to start receiving ideas to create this vision in your life. And it may come right away, but I suggest that you be open over the next 24 hours to receive ideas. And all that you have to do is write them down. You don't have to judge them. You don't have to decide if you're going to do it or not. I recommend writing them down. Now is step number 4. Step number 4 is looking at that list of ideas and circling those that feel most expansive, ones that you're like, wow, I would love to do that. Wow, I feel like it gives me life. And this also depends on how intuitive you are. You may look at them and be like, I have no idea. I mean, some of these seem silly, but I'm not feeling expansive or contractive. It's just a bunch of ideas that came to me. Then I would recommend using all of them. And so what you're going to do is you're going to either take the ones that you felt most expansive of, and you're going to schedule them on your calendar. This is step number 4, is scheduling the ideas on your calendar. And I recommend you scheduling them within the next 2 to 4 days, because everything is energy. And these ideas that came to you came from that higher vibration. And there's a certain momentum that comes with you closing the loop on energy, and scheduling those within the next 2 to 4 days is going to help you to activate that momentum. And there may be some ideas on there that don't make logical sense, but especially if you feel expansion around that idea, do it anyways, because sometimes an idea that doesn't make logical sense is going to open up a door that is the best one to move you forward. These ideas are not coming from a logical place. They're coming from infinite intelligence. And it's about creating a relationship with the infinite so that you take the action on the ideas that you were inspired to do. You are building a relationship with infinite intelligence. You are saying, I trust you, I'm going to follow through. And then that opens up the portal further for you to receive more and more ideas. And that is step number 5, executing on the ideas. So as you execute on these ideas and you start to create a momentum, you're going to continue to visit that vision. You're going to continue to ask yourself, what would I love? Because your vision is a living, growing thing as well. And so there may be a time where you think, actually, I don't want to work on that project. I want to work on this project instead. And that's completely fine. You can write your vision out again, or you can use the good old scratch it out and write that part over, whatever works best for you. But it is important to recognize that as you're expanding and growing, your vision can expand and grow as well. And so at the end of your vision, it's important to write this or something even greater still. Because as we are creating our vision, it's important to recognize that what we've created is based on the information we have now. And there may be a bigger, better plan for us. You deserve to have a life and a career that you absolutely love. You can do it. I believe in you. If you have found this to be helpful, be sure to like and subscribe and do what a friend does. Share it with somebody who can benefit from this message too.